Good morning and welcome to the Chesterfield Canal. We're here just for a quick catch up on all the news surrounding the Chesterfield Canal restoration and just to have a look what's been going on at the ground level. I'm going to start the video this week just coming from a slightly different angle from what I normally start. I normally start up down near the bridge down on, but look, we can get a good view of that completed new waterside building from here. Oh, it's flying ant day. So I'm in and around Staveley more or less all the time, but this is probably the first time in probably 2 months since I've actually walked past here. The last time I was here, all the fences were still up. This footpath was closed because obviously this wasn't yet completed, but this is pretty much now all done, isn't it? It's ready to go. It's just waiting for residents, I suppose, waiting for somebody to move into. How nice is it just to be able to walk along the front of the waterside again? Much improved path as well from what we had before. It's not been the most inviting places, has it, for the last year or so, just while this has been ongoing. It's probably fair to say, but certainly a much fresher feel to it now. It'd be nice when it's got a little bit of vibrance to it as well. And let's have a walk down the front of it. Shut it off obviously at the moment here, but we've got office space, retail units. I'm assuming the office is maybe upstairs. And we've got a terrace at the far side up here. I understand the cafe's going to be going somewhere on here. I might be wrong. This information might be out of date, but I don't think there's any tenants actually signed up yet. But it is very early days, isn't it? Hopefully they can get something in place before next year's season. A big area this, isn't it? I wonder if the car park's going to be available for everyone to use. I wonder if coming down for a walk or something, or a bite to eat at the cafe. I wonder if this is going to be for everybody or if it's just for the officers and etc. So I've just been stood on the corner there just while I've been grabbing some drone shots. So it's quite busy this morning. There's a lot of people milling around, a lot of cyclists and walkers out. It is midweek, about 10 AM. People sat enjoying the benches on the side of the canal basin. The majority of people, as you would probably expect, because it is a bit of a novelty, are choosing to come around the front of the building rather than the avoiding path around the back. I suppose that's only natural. Curiosity and all that. One thing that confuses me, I still don't know what to actually refer to this to. It's still being referred to as Staveley Waterside on a lot of literature online and etc. But it's also, Staveley Canal Basin, moorings at Staveley Basin, got the mooring hooks all the way along the front here. I wonder if there's going to be like floating pontoons. There's only really the 2 trip boats at the moment, isn't there, who's going to be coming here for the foreseeable future. My understanding is they are going to be docking here. Like I say, this has all been out of bounds for quite a while, this. So it's a bit of a novelty being able to walk through. We'll just go over the bridge because this road's new. This is all developed since you were last able to come down here. Oh, these ants doing my head in already. Yeah, so this was just not a farm track, but just a dirt track. It's now the official access road, isn't it? I'll draw your attention back to that master plan. We talked about it on the last episode that I did. All the development that's going to come here, this isn't a standalone thing. The hope is that this is going to attract all kinds of other things, development and property and businesses, all to locate themselves up here. Find this little bit of shade a minute, just to keep out of the sun. 30 degrees today. It was last October, was it October, when the new bridge went in? Big development. And there was all the talk about then, what's next? What's the next steps? What's coming in the future? And we talked about all the clay that was getting moved, that was donated to the canal. And that was going to be going down all towards Bellhouse and the puddle bank. I believe that was put on hold earlier this year due to some challenges, shall we say. But it is July now. The year's ticking by rather quickly, rather frighteningly quickly. More shade. But that's not to say things haven't been cracking on behind the scenes. But the more and more these things get delayed, the more and more they get pushed back, the costs double. And that's probably going to be a recurring thing that I'm saying when I'm putting this video together today. But we'll show you around, give you what the latest news is, etc., and what has been going on down here. Because you'll remember the contractors that did all the work with regards to getting all this area ready for the new bridge and the installation of the new bridge. O'Brien's, they've won the tendering, or they've been successful, should I say, with the tendering for completing the next phase, all the section through the new lock, under the bridge, just to the Bellhouse Basin. We'll talk a little bit more about that when we get up there. But understand, one of the delaying factors, let's just have a look over here, has been, they've been waiting for Severn Trent to come, because we've got the water mains. I don't know exactly where they are. I suppose I should look for evidence like manhole covers and etc. Maybe it's further along, I don't know. But yeah, they've been waiting for them just to crack on and do their bits. I think they were expecting that to start before now. And the time frames now being given is early July. Now it's the 10th of July today. I'm not really seeing any evidence of any Severn Trent water starting any work down here. All these trees down here, I mean, what was it called? I'm trying to think of the word, the hydroseeding of the grass. I mean, I think it's probably not being the best conditions this summer, has it, to be putting in new landscaping. It looks about the same as my lawn at home, to be honest. Probably fewer weeds around here though. But what we have got, something, probably the only thing around here to show you that has progressed on the ground as such, in preparation for all the work that is going to be going on underneath, you know, restoring this next little bit of the cutting. We've got a diversionary footpath that's just going off here, look. That'll be going down there, and that'll be, because when they do start the work of the route of the canal under the bridge, that's going to be out of bounds. You're not going to be able to walk that. So they've put in this diversion up here. And that goes, just comes out the other side, I think. We'll go down and have a look. Just comes out near the work compound down there. Nice to see the new benches in place as well. So let's have a walk underneath the bridge, because this is what I've just been saying about that diversion, footpath diversion. This is going to be out of bounds while they're doing the next phase of the work here. And we're just over here. Just around about here, I suppose, just over that side a bit. We've got the Keith Ayling Lock that's going to be built. Fundraising for that's been ongoing for quite a while, and the aim was to raise £50,000, which I believe they've smashed that already. And that's going to be for the new lock gates. Now, just reading the newsletter from the Chesterfield Canal Trust that's just landed this week. Now, they're still talking about getting that lock built this year. In fact, they're still talking about getting this next phase completed by 2026, opened by 2026. It just feels like there's a lot still to happen to get to that point, doesn't it? It is that footpath, look, that we've just seen at the top. This is it coming down the ramp here, look, and running alongside. That's not yet open. Oh yeah, it does. It goes by the other side of the Canal Trust depot storage yard area. Yeah, so if you come down here once the work starts, that's the way that you'll be directed. You won't be able to walk down the main channel here. Another bit of shade. I'm absolutely melting today. So let's talk about Bellhouse Basin and Bellhouse Lane and the bridge that was going to be going just at the top here. And I know in the original plans when we discussed this, this original phase for the Staveley Town Waste, we were talking about taking the next phase partway up the puddle bank, weren't we? And that got scaled back because the costs kept increasing and they had to cut it off. Reading what I'm reading now, sounds like they're only going as far as Bellhouse Basin in this next phase. I'm not sure if that's still the case or what, but in terms of Bellhouse Basin, it's quite clear from reading the latest update that they are still planning to extend as far as there. Yeah, so this is Bellhouse Lane, look. Now, we did have plans for a bridge to come over here, roughly around where I'd be stood here, wouldn't it? Because look, we've got to get access for the farmer into his field. And this is going to cross the canal, which is, I suppose we're stood right on top of the canal bed here. And we've got, and this is a direct quote, complex challenges, rising costs, and we've also got the nearby gas main that's added all to the complications. So they're going back to the drawing board with Bellhouse Bridge. It looks like it's not going to be built immediately. And if they're not extending onto the puddle bank just yet, they can just create a temporary diversion round, can't they, to get access to this field. So next up, we'll have a trip to Renishaw, see what's going on there. Feels like an awful long time ago, doesn't it, since we started discussing Renishaw and rewatering Renishaw. That's the canal bed there. Doesn't take long for it all to grow back, does it? I know it's all low-level stuff, it's not big mature trees, is it? But it's certainly taken back all, hasn't it? And here's the cutting bit, look. Let's have a look over here. What is going on the ground here at Renishaw? Not really a lot to show you. So this corner here, where the canal bends after coming under Barber Road, look, this new compound here, Black's Pit corner this corner. And this compound's been here for, has it been about 9 months now, I think. It's been here quite a while. But this is going to be the base, basically, for when they start doing the work again in Renishaw. So yeah, this is going to be part of the area here, either side of Barber Road. They're going to be doing the clearing and then the ground investigation works, just like they did up at Staveley, you know, before they started the work on the bridge. Hopefully we'll start to see something happen around here. Again, we're going to come back to that thing, costs. Since this was all first talked about in 2019, those costs, £400,000, I'm sure I read, that's doubled. Trying to think if there's anything I've forgotten to tell you while I'm here. Container, bushes, no, I think that's it. Though I did have a dream last night. I dreamt that there was a week where Staveley didn't have any temporary traffic lights or roadworks. What's the chances of that happening? And while I've got this nice shaded walk, I'll tell you about all the news that's been going on the Chesterfield Canal recently. Now sadly, Derbyshire County Council, they're no longer able to run the Tapton Visitor Centre. So that's it closed already, or it's closing, I'm not quite sure. But the Canal Trust were looking for volunteers to take over the running as part of the Canal Trust, to take over either a part or something, or get a cafe up and running there or something like that. The lack of rainfall this year, right back to spring, wasn't it? Now back in May there was a hands-off warning issued to the Chesterfield Canal. If you don't know what that is, the Chesterfield Canal takes, right at the far end at Tapton, takes its water from the river Rother, and there's a sluice there. And in times of hardship, in terms of water, they closed that off, so they stopped the canal taking a water supply from the river Rother. And that essentially means that they can't operate the canal because they can't let the water drain out of the locks downstream, down towards, you know, Staveley. So they have to cancel all the trip boats. And in the summer season, you know, that's a massive revenue stream for the Chesterfield Canal and all towards the restoration, etc. So they really could do without missing chunks of the summer. But anyway, we had the BBC Breakfast reporting from Ollingwood Hub. I was on holiday in Wales and switched on the news. There it was, reporting live on BBC Breakfast. Now it was removed. I'm not quite sure what went off there, but it was reported. They got the hands-off notice, and then it was quickly lifted, even though like nothing had changed in terms of water. So but you know, good news for the canal. It's not really got any better with regards to rainfall, has it? We're now in the middle of July and there's still no rainfall. Wouldn't surprise me if that pops up again. I understand this video was a lot of talking and not a lot to show you, but hopefully, buzzard circling above my head there, hopefully we'll have something to show you in the coming months, and I'll keep my ear to the ground, I'll keep wandering through as I do, and I'll bring you a little video if anything starts to happening. So thanks for watching, we'll see you on the next one, so ta-ra.